Hi, I'm Stephanie Jaworski of joybaking.com. Today we're going to make a no-churn strawberry ice cream, and this is what it looks like. This ice cream has a wonderful strawberry flavor, and the texture is smooth and creamy. And as you can see, pretty pink color. There's little bits of fresh strawberries that you can see. So, to start, we need to preheat our oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 190 degrees Celsius. And then you will need a baking pan. I'm using a 9 by 13 inch, 23 by 33 centimeter. You could use even a baking sheet. If you have a non-stick pan, what I have here, that's great. But if you don't, then just lightly spray the bottom of the pan, or you could lightly oil it. So, strawberry ice cream is made with a strawberry puree, strawberry sauce, homemade of course. So you will need 1 pound, which is 450 grams of fresh strawberries. Now, some people just puree their strawberries and then add it to our ice cream base. What I like to do is to roast them. And the reason I do that is, as you know, strawberries have they're very juicy, which means there's a lot of water in there. So if we pan roast them, what happens is the strawberries release their juices and they become nice and soft, and it really intensifies the flavor of our strawberry ice cream. And not only the flavor, but I think because we've got rid of a lot of that water, I think the texture is superior than if you don't do that. And it's not a big deal to do it. So what you need is, of course, take your strawberries, wash them. And we need to take the stem off. You know, I just use a paring knife and take that off. You know, I remember my mom had like these little fat tweezers that she used to use. I don't have that. So I just use the tip of my paring knife. So when you buy strawberries, typically, I don't know about, when I buy them, there's some really large ones, there's some small ones, everything in between. If I have a large one, what I like to do is cut it into quarters. If I have one like smaller size, I'll just cut that in half. If you have really tiny ones, you can just leave them whole. So put them in a bowl. I'm going to add just 1 tablespoon, 15 grams of granulated white sugar, and mix that. The sugar, adds like a little bit of sweetness, but really what it does is helps to get the strawberries to release their juices. So just toss it. And this is no big deal. Don't kind of panic when you go, what? Pan roasted the strawberries. So, as you can see, you could use a smaller pan than this. So now I'm going to put this in the oven. You know, depending on your strawberries, these ones are maybe a little more firm. If you have really soft ones, of course, they're going to take less time than if they're really firm. I'm going to say like 30 minutes. Could be 40, could be 25 if they're really soft. But what you're looking for is they're going to release their juices and they're going to kind of break down and be really soft. So I'm going to say about 30 minutes. You know, check them. You can kind of stir them, once or twice. So that's what we're going to do. So here they are, the miracle of television. I did this earlier so that we can just carry on. So this is what they look like, see? And you can see the color's intensified, so that's going to even, color our ice cream. So what I'm going to do is I want to puree them or crush them. You can put this, if you have a blender or a food processor, you could do that. I'm not going to. I'm going to actually just do it by hand. If there's any juices, put that, don't want everything. And I'm just going to use a potato masher. Like I said, you get a food processor, you have a blender, you can put them in there. You know, if you want, and you can see here, I have little tiny like pieces of fresh strawberries in there. So that's why I like to mash them, so that I'll mash them, but I'm going to leave some pieces of strawberries. If you're doing in the food processor or blender, just, you know, be careful. Don't just press a button and walk away. So, just like this. That's the way I like them. I find like if I start with a pound, when I roast them and mash them or puree them, I'm going to get about 1 1/3 cups, about somewhere around 320 milliliters, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, but that's what you'll get. So what I'm going to do, we need to chill this. So I'm going to cover it and put it into the refrigerator to chill. The good thing is you could do this quite a few days ahead of time. So you don't have to be like, I have to wait and then do my ice cream. No, do it a day, 2 days, 3 days ahead of time. So that's what I'm going to do. And then when we come back, we will make our ice cream. So now to make our strawberry ice cream, if you have a stand mixer like I have, then use your whisk attachment. You could use a hand mixer for this, or really just large bowl with a wire whisk. Do it by hand. The first thing you will need is 2 cups, which is 480 milliliters or grams of heavy whipping cream. And you want your cream really cold. Heavy whipping cream has a butterfat content of 35 to 40%. So what that means is when we whip it, it will hold stiff peaks. So I'm just going to put that right in there. And this, when we whip it, of course, a lot of air in your whipped cream. That is why we don't need an ice cream machine, because we're whipping so much air into the cream. And then I like to flavor that with 1 teaspoon, 4 grams of pure vanilla extract. So what I'm going to do is beat this. I'm going to start on lower speed because if you've ever whipped cream, it kind of splatters at the beginning, and then increase your mixer speed to high until we get soft peaks. You know, one trick you can do is just take your, like that, so that, and you can still see, but so it doesn't splatter all over. Okay, that looks good. Just barely soft peaks. Give it a good stir. And next we are going to add 1 14-ounce can, which is 396 gram can, of sweetened condensed milk. I measured that out just in case you don't have cans. And that would be 280 milliliters of sweetened condensed milk. You want this cold. So what I do typically is, you know, whenever I make my strawberry puree the day before, a couple days, then I take my can of sweetened condensed milk and I put that in the fridge along with my puree, so then I'm ready whenever I want to make the ice cream. So what I'm going to do is just pour this in. Sweetened condensed milk, as you can see, it's very thick, it's sweet, it's sticky. It's made with whole milk and sugar that's heated until most of the water is gone. And that's why you have this really thick, sticky, really good. It's going to make our ice cream taste really good. This kind of, if you want to compare this to a custard ice cream, this kind of, the sweetened condensed milk replaces the custard base. Makes it a lot easier for us. So now what I'm going to do is beat this. Oh, sorry. I'm just going to add like a pinch, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to beat this on medium-high speed until it's really thick and holds stiff peaks. Okay. So nice and thick, stiff peaks. So essentially what we have here is no churn vanilla ice cream. But we're going to turn it into no churn strawberry by adding our chilled strawberry sauce puree. As you can see, it's got really thick from sitting overnight. Put that right in there. It's just so good. When I made the roasted strawberries, if you want, not just for, say, strawberry ice cream, but you could just make your puree and pour it over ice cream or make a shake or a fruit smoothie. They're just wonderful. And you know what? It's a great way, if you have some strawberries that are a little past their prime, pan roasting really improves the flavor. And then, it's kind of my secret ingredient to make our strawberry ice cream really have a real intense strawberry flavor. I am adding 3 tablespoons, which is 12 grams of crushed freeze-dried strawberries. This is optional, you know. If you can't find them or you don't, you just don't feel like adding, you don't have to. Now to crush, so typically freeze-dried strawberries come, I find they come in a bag like this. I find them just at my local grocery store. You can buy them online, like Amazon. But most grocery stores do have them in these kind of little pouches. And I'll show you. This is freeze-dried strawberries. Oh. They're kind of crunchy. And a real strong strawberry flavor. Wonderful. Plus, they don't just add the strawberry flavor. They actually color our ice cream base. Now, you need to crush them. So what I do is, there's a few ways you could do it. I just typically just put it in a little baggie. And then if you have one of these or a rolling pin, just to crush them. You could put them in your food processor, blender as well, but I just do that. So what we have here, but like I said, it's optional. If you don't use the freeze-dried, this crushed freeze-dried strawberries, your ice cream might not be as pink in color. There is a fix for that. You could just add a drop or two of red food coloring. I'm sure that's what they do, because if you buy it, it's so intense pink that they must add some food coloring in there, but you can do that. So what I'm going to do is just mix this until it's nice and thick. Okay, we are done. As you can see, nice and pink. Mainly that's the freeze-dried strawberries. But like I said, just add a little food coloring. If you're not using that freeze-dried. Okay. Pieces of strawberry there. Clinging. Quick stir. I'm going to taste it. Hey, that's what we're cooks allowed to taste. That's really good. So now, excuse me for just a sec here, my pan. So what I did is, I like to use metal because that kind of speeds up the freezing of the ice cream. So what I do, when I do put the strawberry sauce, I make that and I put that in the fridge and I put the condensed milk in the fridge. What I do is I prep my pan. I'm just using a large loaf pan. Anything metal, you could use a metal bowl, bigger pan, cake pan, whatever. And I line mine with plastic wrap. You could use wax paper or something, or not even bother, but I'll show you why I do that. So hopefully this pan is big enough for all this. I just pour This is a larger size. I have different size loaf pans. This is a 9-inch long, 23 centimeter. I think you need that. If you use a smaller one, you may have a little extra. But hey, that's for the cook. You put that in a separate container, freeze it, which I did when I was making it before. And that's our treat. So, okay, just like that. And then the reason I have the plastic wrap, because what I want to do, you want to make sure you press the plastic wrap right on the surface. We don't want any ice crystals forming. So I just press that. I find that makes it nice and easy. And then you need to put it into the freezer. I'm going to say 8 hours. A lot of times I find overnight is the best, because then the flavors have time to meld. So that's what I like to do. But if you can't wait, which, you know, hey, I can't either, 8 hours, I would say. Okay, so we'll put this in the freezer. And again, the miracle of television. I did this before because I need to show you at the beginning. So this one I made actually a few days ago. This will last 2 to 3 weeks in the fridge, although I've never actually kept it that long. But so just take your plastic in there. Oh, isn't that pretty? You see all the little flecks of strawberries? You could use an ice cream scoop. This tends to be, when you make homemade, it's quite firm. You could let it sit out for 10 minutes on your counter before trying to scoop some out. But there you go. Oh, Carrie's right here for her little, she wants some. That's really good. It's smooth. It's creamy. Rich chocolate. Rich strawberry flavor. It's so good. So, like I said, 2 to 3 weeks, maybe longer, in the freezer. Now, if you go to the joyofbaking.com website or our YouTube channel, I actually have the other type of strawberry ice cream with the custard base. Plus I have a strawberry cheesecake ice cream, all different type of ice cream, vanilla, chocolate, you know. So you might want to check that out. And if you like this one, also have a no churn vanilla, which is kind of what we had at the beginning when I showed you before we add the strawberry sauce. So, you know, try that out. But you must, absolutely must try this. And until next time, I'm Stephanie Jaworski of joyofbaking.com.